Hi there, this is Dave Marcus, your Saskatchewan provincial broker, and this is Contracts 101, How to Write a Disclosure of Interest in Trade. So this is not a form that agents are using on a regular basis. This form is used when a registrant is either acquiring or disposing of property, or if an associate or immediate family member of a registrant are doing so. And the form itself, I'll just scroll to the end of the form to start with here. If you're unsure what an immediate family member is, or what an associate is, or the definition of spouse, the definitions are all right here on the form. In case there's any confusion, it's all available right there on the form for you to be clear. So anybody who meets those criteria, immediate family member, associate, spouse, or the registrant themselves, in those cases, the form needs to be used. So top right-hand corner, we've got a space for a contract number. If the offer to purchase has a contract number, you're going to copy the same contract number there. Part A is going to establish the people involved. So the first person, notice two, whoever the notification, whoever you're disclosing to. So in this case, we are disclosing to the seller. Her name is Sally Seller. And it says that I am providing services to an associate or family member. Turns out Barry Buyer is my uncle. So I am disclosing to Sally Seller that I am assisting my uncle in purchasing a property. Um, Part B, in this case, because we are acquiring the property, Part B says acquisition. So this is where we're going to check a box here. Section to be completed if we are acquiring real estate as a buyer. Real estate is to be held for personal rental use, or real estate is to be resold. You're going to check one of those two boxes. If it so happens they're a tenant, you would check one of these two boxes. So this section is for the acquisition of real estate. Then there's a little spot at the bottom of the first page. Make sure you don't miss this, because this is an important part of the disclosure. It shows how much the agent who's disclosing is actually getting paid on the transaction. This does have to be completed. So if it's a flat fee commission, you would put it there. If it is a percentage, you would put it there. In this case, Sally Seller is pretty generous. She's offering 2.5% of the sale price. So that's what we have there. Part C is for disposition of real estate. So that is if your client is disposing, is selling of the real estate. In this scenario, I'm doing just a buyer example, so we haven't checked anything in here. If this was a seller situation, you'd be checking one of those in Part C instead of Part B. Part D, this one says insurance exclusions for registrants trading in their own real estate and or real estate owned by a registrant's spouse. So this is only if the trade is belongs to the registrant or the registrant's spouse. It doesn't get used if you're just dealing with an immediate family member or with an associate. So in this case, my example is an immediate family member, so there's nothing here. If I was buying or selling my own real estate, then we would need to do it. And there's two spots in here. The first one says initialed by the registrant making the disclosure. So that would be me in this case. I would be initialing here. And the second part says initialed by the person to whom the disclosure is made. So that would be Sally Seller if I was buying the property. And what this disclosure is it says the registrant making this disclosure is not insured for errors and omissions insurance. So in Saskatchewan, REX, that handles errors and omissions insurance, they have said that legally registrants can trade their own real estate. However, REX, the regular insurance policy, does not cover you when you trade your own real estate. So that's what this is. That's what this section is. Part D is that you're disclosing that there's no insurance, and the other party does have to initial to say that they recognize that. But again, that only is if it is a registrant or registrant's spouse that's trading. My example is my uncle, so there's nothing there. The last part of the form is Part E. That is your signatures and acknowledgement. So in this case, my signature would go here, signature of registrant. I'm disclosing today at White City on December the 6th. And the sellers would be signing here, wherever they are, North Battleford, also on December 6th. So that's everybody, the majority of the form. Then right at the very end of the form, you'll notice that there's also a spot for the broker's signature. And this is the disclosing registrant's broker. So if an EXP agent is disclosing, then you're going to send that to me to sign that off for you. Otherwise, if you are receiving one of these because someone on the other side of the transaction is making the disclosure, the registrant broker on the other side would be signing that. So that is your disclosure of interest in trade, and hope that works for you. Thanks.